Question from Perks. How do bands nowadays engage new audiences through music choice?
Oh, right. So I think, like I briefly mentioned before, I think performance has got to tell a story. You've got to, it's got to feel like a show. Do you know, you mentioned Will Watson before, and I think one of the best at doing this was James Watson with Desford and with Dyke. I went to quite a few, as an audience member, Dyke concerts with him, and the way he chose his programmes in terms of quite a serious first half, but it never felt serious because of the kind of anecdotal way he used to introduce stuff, and the kind of personable, the way he brought the audience into the music, so you kind of understood what was going on all the time. And then their second half used to be much more kind of free flowing and not so much talking, almost like a big band set that was going from track to track to track. And all the kind of slick presentation, professional presentation, you know, the way that the stage looks even before the band comes on. So the only thing the audience have got to look at, unless it's a curtain, before the band arrives, is an empty stage with a load of stands. If that looks a mess, then you've lost your audience straight away. So with all that in mind, engaging new audiences, I mean, this is going to be incredibly relevant in the near future, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
Once we start to get back into arts performance in whatever way. There's a big discussion at the moment amongst classical music bods or commercial orchestras and colleges and whoever about the kind of classical confinement, the confinement of classical performance or traditional performance. The audience sits there, the orchestra's on a stage in a certain platform, on a certain way, in a certain setup. The conductor walks on, stands in the middle. The conductor's got, everything's the same, and we do exactly the same as bands. So people are asking the questions, why can't we use different venues? Why can't we go and play in an old mill somewhere where the audience is maybe stood and totally surrounding the stage? Why does the orchestra have to be sat like that? Why can't we do a Haydn symphony where actually the orchestra is kind of almost on different platforms, on different levels? I know there's logistical problems with this, but how do we use the stage space? How do we use the acoustic? How do we seat the audience so they get a different angle? This can be anywhere. This can be in your local church. This can be collaborations is also a big thing. I go on about this a little bit in masterclasses. You know, collaborate with a local artist and use the ideas of their paintings with maybe tying it in with existing music, and you know, he or she might allow you to put the paintings on a screen, and you know, so you get a kind of visual element to the music with maybe a talk before the concert, so you're bringing in art buffs and local, you know, so you know, kind of target new audiences. People who are interested in art are going to come to an art connected concert or dance or sing. I mean, Brighouse did a load of concerts with the folk group the Unthanks.
Okay.
And we went and played at the BBC Folk Awards and all of that kind of thing, and that created a whole new audience for Brighouse. But that, you know, and the Unthanks, of course, they've got a great reputation, a big profile as a folk group. But there've been local folk groups that's, you know, and that kind of fusion of culture. Sometimes cultural fusion, people tend to think of kind of religious things, you know, for some reason, I don't know, but international fusion and all that kind of thing. Actually, there's a lot of different cultures in our country, musical cultures that can be bonded together actually quite easy. The idea of brass band and folk music is a dead easy one to kind of put together, and people really identify with that, you know. So
yeah, that's a good idea. Well, going to make a note of that one. That's good.